Today is a big day. This is not a video for the vinyl community or one in particular. It's more for myself to have a copy. This is more for the Biscuit fans. This is a case that I've had since back in high school. I've had this CD case, this big one here, probably for maybe since 9th or 10th grade. 10th grade definitely when I first got my car. 10th or 11th when I started driving. And it accumulated over time, and I ended up turning it into my Disco Biscuits album holder. Some of the CDs are just getting real old. As you can tell, they've seen their age. So I'm just going to go ahead and I think I'm going to take all these out and store them somewhere. And I'm going to start brand new and fresh for a new Biscuits collection. Maybe the same old ones will come in there. Maybe there'll be some new ones. But I think it's time to start. So this is the end of an era. So I thought I'd just record it for myself. And whoever ends up seeing this. See the shows I got here. We got 3/1908. This right here is in Amsterdam. I think that there's a lot of really good segments from the Europe tour that's just, not talked about enough. I really love it when they jam the hell out of Plan B, so that's why I'm excited about that one. This is '05, doesn't really have too many shows that I go crazy about, but there's some really great stuff on here. The Frog Legs is sick. Of course, we got New Year's Eve 2006. These are in no particular order. I used to keep these in order, but that's a long gone thing. Of course, we have the New Year's Eve set with the sick-ass Munchkin and the Who cover. 6/27/09. This here was one of my favorite sets for a very, very long time. Really, really love the Jam into Air song, particularly. It's a great show. Magellan into Rock Candy. Oxford, Missouri, '09. That Magellan Rock Candy is sweet. You don't see that sort of combination often, so that's great that's reason right there. Of course, everyone knows the old Cleveland, Ohio show with the Vasilio's hot air balloon. We got Nokia. There's a couple of these I just made recently, remade them, like this one right here, because I wanted my fiance, who's not the biggest Biscuits person, to be able to hear some segments, and I know that, Vasilio's into Spaga, some of that most blissful biscuits you can have. I could point out also, if you guys like me to, the shows that I'm at that I have in here. There's a lot I don't have. I mean, I've been to quite a few shows, but I was at that one, but not too many. This is a Halloween mix that I once got that mixes some different Halloween stuff, or around that time period, from October to November. Aggie Theater. I'm not as familiar with remembering that one. I do love '03 though. '03 is a great period. This is the very, very big little shimmy from 9/23/01. Right now I'm currently downloading the soundboard for that off of what.cd. So you got your little, and you wonder why I sleep through my alarm. Crazy stuff. That's Shimmy into Munchkin. I'm a big Tunnel fan, so. Gotta love a Caterpillar. I remember I burned this because I was living in Minneapolis, in St. Paul area for 5-6 months, and whenever I'm living in a new area, I find it really cool to sort of download Biscuit shows from when they play around there. So it just gives you a feeling if you're living in an area where they bring the heat. I've been living in North Carolina for a while, so I love listening to Raleigh shows and the Charlotte shows. So yeah, oops, my bad. So that's why I have those. I don't remember them as well though. But Shimmy into Lunar into Robots, it sounds pretty sick. Chorus, Popular Set. See, these are the ones. These are just getting so scratchy and old. Actually doesn't look too bad on here, but this one actually skips a bit. But everyone, obviously, one of the greatest, man. Morph 42, Spacebird Morph. Oh. This is no, it's a different one, not the Concrete one. There's two different segments I like that have like one of the crappier songs that's really good. It's a Concrete into 42 that's really underrated, but I don't remember this one too well. Madison. Well, this is nice here. This is the Dormient's Gym Show in Lexington, Virginia. They play this one on campus, I think, Washington and Lee University. So I would like to listen to that one again. I don't listen to too much 2000 Biscuits, to be honest with you. I have some '01 stuff in here as well. This might be good to go back to. It's been a while to listen to that one. 9/28/01. That's a beast if it's done right, huh? This is a great show. They don't often jam the hell out of Chemical Warfare Brigade. So I love this because they jam out of it with an electronic type of feel. I'm in the middle of also downloading this soundboard because this is also an audio tape from an older year. I had it. I was at these DC shows, and on the 2nd and 3rd '09. Remember this being a really great set. This isn't typically my type of set. I love the Run Like Hell Sound one, obviously, and Spectacle's great. For some reason I couldn't get the Shelby in there. I think it's because there was some problem with my Shelby that jammed back in. Remember it being really, really strong, but usually Shelby is not necessarily my style because it's like a drum and bass, and I'm not the biggest with drum and bass jams. I like to see them do different things in that, but the reactor's not my style unless they're closing it. If this is a reactor ending, that's fine. It's been a while since I listened to that one. This is a great show. This has the inverted, it's a great set from the next night. This has the inverted Bernstein, and Bernstein is my jam. Atlanta in '09. Caves, 7-Eleven Caves paper cut spray paint. Therapy. I'm a big, big Therapy fan. That's from a different show. It's 9/19. (9/27/01). Reactor. Poob, obviously. Boop, backwards, inverted. Confrontation reactor. Not necessarily a set on my set these days. It sure makes you think about how much your taste changed with Biscuits over time. This is sick. That's obviously why I have crack music written down here. Most people know 33101, just really out there. All the guys probably dosed or something. Vanderbilt got this because I thought it was cool because I'm from Long Island, so it's cool listening to stuff like that. Used to play some good covers of 3 Days from Jane's Addiction. This is where it's at. Japan shows in the 13th and the 14th are super fast. It's almost like, you always know that when a band plays a different country, they're going to bring you in a particular way, and it just makes sense. It just fits for Japan that they were just like freaking booming and really, really fast. Oh, I used to listen to this one all the time. 10/24/02, Primary Colors for Peace concert. Really, really cool stuff there. You got Jigsaw, Reactor, Crater, and Sister Judy's I Man Sandwich. I listened to this one a lot more than I did listen to this one. Maybe I should go back to that. Stories of the World, Ladies Confrontation. What's this for? Can't read it. This is Bud. Remember it's for Buddha, of course. Whenever I got this, I think when I very first got this, it was because it was the first time I heard them really jam You and I and Minions. I was really interested when this came out because it was brand new stuff. Obviously, the Acme first set's really big, but this is really cool. We'll go back to that. Love a Shemra Boo. That's a really interesting set, though. It's a great set on paper, in my opinion. Remember this being a real sick Helicopters. Obviously, you got your Haymaker. This obviously has a very big Triumph into Helix. Everyone always loves talking about. Oh, this was an unannounced private show for the Princeton University Dinner Club. 36-minute Jigsaw in a jam, 30-minute jam into Chemical Warfare Brigade. That's probably going to stay in the book. E-Factory 03. As I mentioned, I'm a big 03 fan. That stuff's all over the place, right? Put a rock candy in there. (12/6/01). This is a sick show. I love the 03 show on the Cajun Riverboat. I also think it's awesome just to hear the whole crowd and just think how awesome it is, because I've seen one of those types of shows on a boat before, and it was U-Melt, and I would do anything to see the Biscuits play, anything like that, when you're just playing on a boat, riding around the water. But that Magellan, Mulberries, that's a really good set, actually. It's a really good set. Sound 1, Tempest Sound 1, Morph, Kitchen Mitts. 11/25/06. This was only like that was in my top 10. That was in my first 10 shows. My first show was 12/30/05. Obviously, that's a great segment. The bassist of the Space Spirit and all is awesome. Opens with the Mulberries, but I used to love the hell out of that bassist when I was first listening to Biscuits. the great Albany Fall '07 show with the sick ass astronaut into the I-Man with the 007 gem. Got all 3 discs of that. Starscape, can't go wrong with the Starscape from '07, obviously. Oh, this is another great freaking show. Mishawaka, Disco Inferno 3. Shimmy a CDB, Shimmy Pile of Higher. Freaking sick. Rage. I haven't listened to this one in a long time. I was never too hooked on the Starscape from '08. But I thought it was really cool. That's the first time. I think that was the first time they did the killing the name thing, and that was cool. I'm a big Boom Shanker person. Of course, I told you I love some of the stuff from Europe. San Fran Nutcuffer. Shadow. Remember, this is a Shadow in here, and they jam back and forth into Plan B. Shemarabu is probably inverted with the little 1 above it. I was at the old Ram's Head show. Of course, that's sick. It has that ridiculous astronaut in the second set. And I love the crickets in the second set. This one, I gotta listen to that one again. Bluebird. Told you, I'm not the biggest. Nordic. This is the evil House Dog Party favor. Everyone check that one out. Some more Haymaker. Oh man, that's a great show. That's the Buffalo show. I think that's the free show they put on at the town square. I would have loved to have been there and I couldn't make it. Cyclone is so nasty. Gem out of Floodlights is so nasty. That's a good show, obviously. This right here, 4/16/99, is the first inverted boop ever. It's like a whole segment is freaking long as hell. That Helix, poop Helix. Remember that being pretty good. Some camp stuff from Camp 7. I think there's some voices in there. Of course, nothing else needs to be said. This is a 12/28/04. That's Wet Mulberries, and then it's Cameoli to Memphis. No, it's Cameoli, Munchkins, Ape, Cameoli, and the Bernstein. This is sick. That's my type of set right there. It really is. This is in my top few sets of Biscuits ever. I'm a very, very big fan of 10103, the Funk Box set. Therapy Jammed Out is obviously great. 42 is such a crisp version of it. I threw the Morph on there for another 03 song. I remember I need to burn this one because that one's really, really scratchy. But I remember loving the jam out of Jamelia. The whole Jamelia story is awesome. Tamarind to Helix. Everyone loves this. We got the old 2609 with the Minions, Plums, Minions nonsense debacle. 12/28/08. This is actually this is the audio tape. I burned this like the day after the show. I was loving it. I loved this set so much live. But obviously, it's all about that crickets. That is the blissful crickets. Oh, this is the only Triscuits show I went to. Not Triscuits. What do they call it? Not Triscuits. Mega Triscuits. Whatever. Mega Biscuits. When after Barber broke his arm, and I was really, really impressed with that show. I'm gonna go back and listen to that show. I know it's not the same about Barber, but still. 2/13/09. Uber, Shemarabu, Lunar, Dribble, Tricycle Reactor. Need to go back to that one. Some Avalon Ballroom for you. 12/28/04. Is that the one I just showed you? Definitely is the one I just showed you. 2 copies of that one. Another Vanderbilt. Caterpillar, Helix, Minions, Pillar. Tennessee. 12/14/08. Holidays. Caterpillar Confrontation Plan B pillar. This was a baby right here in Portland. I recommend checking this one out. Dewey Beach. I'm a huge fan of the Dewey Beach. This is obviously awesome, and this is very, very nice and blissful biscuits right here. The Abraxas and the Safety Dance is sick. Dribble Ladies, Very Moon, You and I, Really Little Charlotte 09. Okay. This is the other one from that set I love, but I'm a much bigger fan of set 1. Flash Mob Caterpillar. See, these are some ones I have to go back to. Live Portal Crickets Ball, awesome. 12/30/09. I was at that show. Second set's incredible, obviously. Your boy. Okay. This is why I have your boy right on here. And I think it's in House Dog. It's in one of these songs. In 7/23/03. You're listening to right now on the stereo the Mr. Don. And everyone knows the Mr. Don thing that they do a tractor beam that's do 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 do. Sounds like a superhero theme that Magner plays. And I was listening to this show and I was blown away because he actually does the same exact thing in this song, and I've never heard it ever before except for Tractor Beam right there, Don, and this. New superhero theme. Starscape, of course. On Time EP. On Time is a sick studio track. Boo Voices Boo from Stubbs. 42. There it is. This one is definitely one that normally no one would want to go and check out, but it's worth it. 42 into Concrete. It's a good jam into it, so don't be turned off by the concrete. House Dog, Aerosol House Dog. Oh, this is another great one. 42 Tempest Humu, Boom, Shelby 42. I really enjoy it when they jam into Where the Streets Have No Name in Jamaica. The Shemabu is sick. Obviously, this one is a little bit messed up too, so this one doesn't play. But that's Legend Story, Best Story. Yeah, so at least I got it on video. And then we got stuff in here that didn't really make that is stuffed in there. We got old camp discs. These ones are probably all scratchy. Oh yeah, 7. This is the audio version of this one. Obviously, it's sick. The Caterpillar Cricket's a C to B. I definitely gotta get this stuff out of here. Oh look, I got the same one here that I'm playing now. It's in good shape. Just reburned it. Ooh, I was looking for this. This is my favorite one from Jamaica. This spray paint segment is my jam. This is a very underrated. I went to the 2 nights at Isle of Palms, the Windjammer, and this is my favorite of it all. Green is Grass is Green, to Munchkin, Air Song Grass is Green, and the Camille Sands by itself. This is a great overlooked set. I think 2010 is actually overlooked. I'm actually a big, we got Waka. I'm actually a big 2010 fan. I think there's good stuff in 2010. I don't think they were still playing off the 2009 sound. This is gone. Melodic Masterpieces. Tammany Hall, of course. More old camp. Tammany Hall. Camp. All About the Music, Volume 2. Camp. These camp discs are all too old. They're going to be bad, crappy quality. 123102, History. Gotta save that one. Good, some of these stayed in playable quality. Bisco Jams. This is one I made. Never know what you're gonna get. Ah, the Egg. I was at the Egg show before Barbara broke the arm. Spray paint orc spray paint. It's like remember we both thought, me and my buddies all thought that was the prettiest orc we've ever heard. The 98s. I'm going to keep this just for good measure so I can remember to look for them again. Helix, Magellan Helix, obviously. A CB from 1001. That's messed up, though. My little brother will take it. Ooh, here's another one. Shimmy Nug Huffer. That's the best thing I found from 98. 228.98. Get the Shimmy Nug Huffer. Oh, crap. More Albany. Reburn CDs, huh? Reactor Live, Helix. What's this one is? Rhode Island. I don't remember this show. Europe. Love the Save the Robots Home Again, Save the Robots sandwich. Trans Radio. Days when I remember when. Alright guys, well that's my video. That's my Biscuits. Get ready for the new Biscuits collection. This is Biscuits collection 2.0 starting soon.